This clip is brought to you by SaveWithConrad.com.
Now, I got to ask you, because you touched on Kevin Owens, and there's rumor that he could have some type of interaction with Steve Austin at WrestleMania. What do you think about Kevin? Do you think he's up for this match? Is there anyone else it should be with if Austin does come back?
He's the best guy for the job. He's one of the only guys for the job because, first of all, if Steve does come back, he's going to look like a killer. He's going to be so big and so jacked up. It's going to, he's not going to come back and just be there as like, wearing a shirt and shorts or whatever. You know what I mean?
He's been preparing for this, Chris. He's been on a diet for like a year.
I mean, you can tell because he always told me if I go back, I don't want to go back as anything less as before. And if I'm going to go back, there's going to be so much training going on that I don't want to come back just for one. So maybe he wants to come back for two, or maybe I don't know. Maybe he doesn't come back at all. But if he does, who's he going to work, right? You look and see the guys that are on the roster. He's not going to work with Brock because he doesn't be getting dumped on his head, and nobody wants to see that. He's not going to work with Goldberg because you don't want to put those guys from the same generation out there because I would never work with those. Like I work with other guys because we've seen, like I remember when Matt Hardy came in, it's like, we don't need to see a Jericho Matt Hardy match. We don't need to see a Jericho Christian match. We've seen them. We need to see, Matt Hardy and Sammy and Chris Jericho and Eddie
programs.
Kingston. Yeah. Yes. So if Steve comes in, the best guy for the job is Kevin Owens because Kevin will be able to sell it on the mic. He can go toe to toe with Steve. He's got a comedy element to him that Steve has as well, and will probably really have if he comes back because he can really use that to his advantage, which Kevin will sell perfectly. Can't do that with Roman Reigns. And Kevin will be able to work with Steve exactly the way that Steve needs and can's work, which it can work his best, which is just meat and potato. That's Kevin Owens. Kevin can do some flying and flipping and stuff, but if you ask him, he'll probably just rather punch and kick you in the corner, and that's Steve's whole offensive plan. So I think it's a great idea, and I would love to see it happen. I still don't know.
And Chris, don't forget Stunner versus Stunner.
There you go.
Yeah.
And Kevin's been using that for a while because Steve allowed him to. So there's your story. You want a realistic story? You got it right there. And Kevin's also a guy that loves the WWF. He grew up. He learned how to speak English from listening to Jim Ross on commentary. I'm surprised he doesn't have a Southern accent. So he's got that too,
Hey, it's Conrad Thompson. Thanks for checking out the podcast here on YouTube. Be sure to hit the subscribe button and the notifications bell so you get a notice anytime we upload some new content. And go save yourself some money right now. If you're in a 30-year loan or you have credit card debt, it's not a matter of if I can save you money. It's a matter of how much. Find out right now for free at SaveWithConrad.com.